March 23, 1943, El Getter, Tunisia. Hauptmann Wilhelm Braun, a Luftwaffe veteran with 48 kills, led his squadron of 15 Ju-87 Stuka dive bombers toward American positions in the Tunisian desert. His mission: cripple the WWII Corps advance by targeting their supply lines. Through the haze, he expected the usual chaos of anti-aircraft fire, wild, inaccurate bursts from visually aimed guns. But at 6:45 hours, as his Stukas dove at 300 mph, the sky exploded with uncanny precision. American 90 guns, guided by unseen forces, fired shells that detonated exactly at his plane's altitude, shredding wings and fuselages. In 60 seconds, 10 Stukas plummeted in flames, including Braun's wingman Lieutenant Fritz Mueller. "They're not aiming, they know where we are," Braun radioed, his Fuji 7's 5-watt signal crackling. On the ground, the secret was the M9 gun director, a mechanical computer linked to 90 guns firing proximity-fused shells, radar-triggered munitions that exploded within 70 feet of a target. Braun's captured log read, "Their shells think we fly into death." This invisible American technology, born in Baltimore's labs, turned anti-aircraft batteries into a network slaughterhouse, proving to the Luftwaffe that the Allies' industrial might, not just courage, ruled the skies. The Luftwaffe's dive into oblivion. By March 1943, the Afrika Korps faced collapse after Kasserine. The Luftwaffe, stretched across 3 fronts, mustered 900 planes in North Africa, flying 600 sorties monthly against the Allies' 10,000. Each Stuka sortie burned 120 gallons of fuel, with only 60,000 gallons available monthly for the theater. Braun's Roman 3/St G3, based near Sfax, was ordered to disrupt the U.S. 1st Infantry Division's advance at El Getter, where 8,000 tons of supplies arrived daily. German intelligence reported American M290 guns, effective to 26,000 feet but reliant on optical sights. "Dive through clouds at dawn," Braun's commander said. "Their gunners will be blind." Braun's 15 Stukas, veterans of Crete, launched at 6:30 hours, diving through low clouds. They expected to bomb and escape. But the 62nd Coast Artillery Regiment's Battery A, equipped with 4 90 guns, wasn't firing blindly. The M9 gun director, a 2,000-pound electromechanical computer, calculated target speed, altitude, and trajectory in seconds, using data from a 6-foot optical tracker. Its killer edge, proximity-fused shells, each with a miniature radio transmitter that detonated at optimal range. At 7 miles, the guns opened fire, launching 20 rounds per minute. 10 Stukas, 66% of Braun's squadron, fell in 1 minute. Mueller's plane exploded 50 feet from Braun, who barely pulled up. "Their shells burst exactly where we fly," he radioed. Luftwaffe signals intelligence later noted, "American anti-aircraft fire achieves impossible accuracy." Suspect advanced technology. The proximity fuse, America's secret weapon. The proximity fuse, developed by Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory and Crossley Corporation, was a game-changer. Introduced in 1942, each 90 shell contained a tiny radio transceiver, emitting 200 MHz pulses that triggered detonation within 70 feet of a target, 10 times more effective than timed fuses. The M9 gun director, built by Sperry Gyroscope, processed 1,500 calculations per second, adjusting gun angles faster than any human. Linked to SCR 522 radios, 25 watts FM, it coordinated 4 guns into a network system, transmitting data over 10 miles with crystal-clear clarity. Unlike German Flak 88s, which relied on optical rangefinders and timed fuses, the American system worked in clouds, darkness, or smoke. German Flak 88s using 8-watt AM radios suffered static from engine noise and had a 15-mile range at best. Only 15% of Luftwaffe planes had transceivers, most carried receivers unable to report threats. Braun's Stukas used Fuji 7 radios limited to 2 miles in flight. "We couldn't warn each other," Braun wrote. "Their guns spoke as one." The U.S. produced 2 million proximity-fused shells by 1943, with 1,200 M9 directors equipping every major anti-aircraft battery. Germany's 3,000 Flak 88s, using manual calculations, needed 20 seconds to retarget, too slow for diving Stukas. El Getter's massacre, the fuse's triumph. At El Getter, Battery A's 4 90 guns, guided by 1 M9 director, downed 10 Stukas in 60 seconds, a 66% kill rate. The director's oscilloscope showed blips for each plane, feeding precise data to gunners who never looked up. Captain Samuel Reed, battery commander, logged, March 23, 6:46 hours, director acquired 15 targets at 12 miles, engaged at 7 miles, 10 confirmed kills. Braun, landing battered, told his "Their shells explode without timers, they know our distance." A second raid on March 24, targeting a fuel depot, lost 12 of 18 planes to 2 M9 directed batteries. Braun, shot down and captured, said in interrogation, "Your guns don't miss, it's not skill, it's machines." The Allies' victory at El Getter, repelling the 10th Panzer Division, owed much to anti-aircraft defense. The port of Gafsa, protected by M9s, unloaded 600,000 gallons of fuel in March, fueling Patton's advance. Luftwaffe sorties in Tunisia dropped 70% by April, crippled by losses. German reports seized in Tunis admitted, American anti-aircraft systems defy our tactics. Shells detonate with unnatural precision. The human edge, gunners and innovators. The M9's success hinged on American crews and engineers. Sergeant Maria Torres, a 24-year-old M9 operator from Texas, trained 3 weeks to master its dials, calculating trajectories in seconds. "It's like playing chess with planes," she wrote home. Engineers like Merle Tuve at Johns Hopkins, who miniaturized radar for shells, and Vannevar Bush, who oversaw production, built a system Germany couldn't match. Crossley's Ohio plant produced 500,000 fuses monthly by 1943, each with 300 components, assembled in retooled radio factories. The U.S. 1.8 billion barrels of oil in 1943 powered M9 trucks and gun servos, while Germany's 30 million barrels grounded planes. German flak crews needed 15 minutes to adjust for new targets. American crews using M9s fired in 8 seconds. Luftwaffe pilot Oberleutnant Karl Weiss, captured March 24, said, "We weaved through Russian flak. Here your shells find us like magnets." American abundance fueled the system. 7 million tons of steel in 1943 built M9s and guns versus Germany's 2 million. The psychological defeat, Luftwaffe's collapse. By April 1943, the Luftwaffe lost 400 planes in Tunisia, 30% of its regional strength. Braun's log found in his crash Stuka read, "Their shells think for them, we cannot hide." German signals reports noted, American anti-aircraft fire uses unknown technology, every shot is guided. Generalmajor Hans Seidemann, Luftwaffe commander in Tunisia, wrote, "Their guns outthink our pilots, the sky is theirs." The M9 and proximity fuses crushed Luftwaffe morale, proving American technology outmatched German experience. The system's impact grew. In Sicily, July 1943, M9 directed guns down 180 Axis planes in a week, securing landings. By D-Day, 600 M9s protected Normandy, coordinating 800 guns via FM radios. Luftwaffe sorties fell to 80 daily versus 12,000 Allied sorties. The fuse's 70-foot kill radius made evasion impossible. German timed fuses needing exact settings hit 1% of targets. American proximity fuses hit 20%. Oberst Franz Halder, captured in 1944, said, "Your shells won the air war, our pilots had no chance." Legacy, the fuse that changed warfare. Post-war, proximity fuses shaped modern artillery. NATO systems adopted their radar design. Soviet guns in Vietnam used copies. The U.S. produced 22 million fuses by 1945 versus Germany's 4 million timed fuses. Bundeswehr manuals in the 1960s cited El Getter, "American networked gunnery taught us precision trumps power." In 1991, Patriot missiles using proximity fuse descendants downed Iraqi Scuds with similar accuracy. Braun, repatriated in 1946, became an engineer, studying American PATs. "At El Getter I thought it was magic," he told a 1980 interviewer. "It was just their factories." The M9 and proximity fuse weren't just weapons, they were a network linking computers, radios and shells into a system Germany couldn't counter. As Reed wrote, "We didn't shoot planes, we broke the Luftwaffe's spirit." The invisible radar waves in every shell, not just explosions, won the skis over Tunisia.